Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Stats here. We're back with another No Money Spent episode. This is episode 14. We took a week off, unfortunately. I had a little bit of a vacation, and we have some catching up to do. So the first thing I did when I came back was grinded the April monthly awards, and surprisingly, I got through it really quick. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get through the monthly awards quickly as possible. Underdog Fantasy is one of the easiest, most simple apps out there when it comes to playing fantasy sports. If you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy is giving you guys an awesome deal. It will match up to $100 in your first deposit. So if you guys throw in 20 bucks, Underdog Fantasy is going to give you an additional $20 to do whatever you want with it. To get that, be sure to click the link in the description below and use code SNODS at checkout. And again, Underdog Fantasy will double your first deposit up to $100. So be sure to use code SNODS. It seemed to be much easier this year compared to last year. Last year, it seemed like it took multiple days. April monthly awards, I was able to get this done in just half of a day, really. It was way quicker than last year. And I know I'm late on this, but I did want to put this on the channel showing that we did get this done in No Money Spent and showing you guys that this method will work for the future monthly awards coming out in the next few months. All right, so monthly awards, we've got two programs here that we want to knock out. And the very first one is going to be April Tops Now. As you can see here, we got it completed. This will come out as soon as the month begins. As you can see right here, the May Tops Now. I have not completed that yet, but it is available to us. And this is what we want to keep up with throughout the month until the monthly award program comes out. This program is very easy as long as you keep up with it. You do not want to wait until the end of the month and then jump into the Tops Now program because it's going to take you a little bit longer and everybody else is going to complete the monthly awards before you do. So this program refreshes every single week throughout the month. You're going to get a bunch of different cards here. You're going to get some packs, and you're going to want to make sure you get all of these cards because there will be a collection for the monthly award program. And this is a really easy program. All you got to make sure that you do is complete all of these moments and then make sure that you complete all of your missions here. Missions for this year is actually much easier than what it was last year. Last year it seems like it took forever. Now you only have to get 1,000 PXP for those particular players that you get for that week. So make sure when you are grinding PXP for this week, make sure you're using the right players. I found myself a lot in Conquest using the wrong players that don't count for the correct week. So you're going to want to make sure that you're in the right week. It does not specify on these cards which week it was, but it does have a date on the card here. As you can see, it says 4/21 at the bottom left-hand corner of this card. If you cannot see that number as it is very small, you can just start at the beginning here and look at all of the players here. So this is week 1 right here. Once you get to the Tops Now pack right here, that is the end of that week. So this is week 2 players right here. Once you get to the Tops Now pack, you're on to the next week. So this is week 3 Tops Now pack. This is week 4, and then should be another Tops Now pack. Actually, no. How many weeks were there? We got another pack, and then you got the stubs. So once you get to this 95 and the Brandon Nemo and the Drew Smiley, that is the end of week 4, and this is the beginning of week 5. You can really tell where you're at by the overalls. As you can see here, it stops at 95 and then it goes back down to a 90 overall. So that is how you can tell what the weeks are. Hopefully they throw some kind of filter on there soon so you can specify which week you're on, so you know what players to use when you're grinding PXP. So once you have all of that complete, you're going to get all of these players, some packs. Some of the players are pretty good, but the more important part is getting these players so you can do the collection for the April monthly awards. So we'll jump into the monthly awards program right here. As you can see here, we have it completely done. I got 153 stars out of 150. Like I said before, this is much easier than it was last year. Last year seemed like such a grind, and I hope it stays the same throughout the entire year. Because let's be honest, Matt Chapman, he's a 99 overall. He's cool. It's a cool card, but let's be honest, he's not better than Chipper Jones. There's a lot of cards that are already better than this card. And if it were the same as last year, I don't even know if I would be doing this entire program. I'm not sure. But all these cards count towards the set 1 collection. So you get some extra cards there. Hopefully you can get your Babe Ruth or your Chipper Jones, whoever you're trying to grind for. But we'll start at the bottom here. This is the collection. It says optional here, but you want to do it. You get a nice little boost. You get 15 reward points from the Topps Now program. These are all of the 95 overall cards that you get in that Topps Now program. So this is why you want to keep up. Like I said before, that is a weekly program. So you can keep up with it and be ready for it by the time the Player of the Month program drops. So we got that redemption. We got a bunch of points there. Next, you want to make sure that you do moments. These are really, really easy moments. I don't know why there's this glitchy like blur, but it's like throwing me off a lot. But there's a lot of moments here and they're all really, 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 really easy. Every single one is on veteran difficulty, so you should be able to get through these pretty easy. Each one of these is 2 stars towards the program. So once you have completed your moments and then you've done the optional collection right here, you should have a total of 51 stars, and that is going to give you a good start when it comes to grinding the missions through Conquest and single player. Reminder, I did not do any of these missions online. I just played single player and did a lot of Conquests, and I was able to grind this whole thing out. So once you're at 50, you're going to be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these 95 overall packs here. That's going to pretty much give you all of these players, and that's going to be your start when it comes to the PXP missions. You're also going to get this Mark Pryor and Carlos Santana, which those guys do need PXP missions to be completed to progress further. So the first one we're going to take a look at for the stat missions is these. These just kind of come natural. I wouldn't really focus on these. These are just overall missions for the April Player of the Month players, including the captains. So you got hits, you've got Ks, you've got extra base hits, and then you've got saves, and then lastly you've got stolen bases. But this one I skipped. There is a couple missions in here that you are able to skip and you're still able to complete the entire program. So this one right here, stolen bases, I don't really steal bases when I'm in Conquest, so I just kind of chose to skip this one as I really don't need it, and it's kind of hard to steal bases with these Player of the Month players. So I didn't do it. So feel free to skip that. As long as you do all your moments and you do the collection and some of the or most of these missions, you do not have to do the stolen bases mission. Next one is the PXP missions. Now, what I like to do here is I like to write down or take note in your phone, whatever, all of the players that I have and where I'm at as far as the PXP. The good thing is we only need 200 PXP for the hitting players, and then for the pitchers we only need 500 PXP. Very easy to get. You can get that in single player. I did it through Conquest. You guys can do it through mini seasons, just straight up play versus CPU, whatever it may be. I did not play on any online mode to get this completed, and I don't recommend it, honestly. So for each one of these missions, PXP, you'll be getting 3 stars in rewards. That is a lot of rewards here. I completed every single one of these except for Luis Arias. So there is one in here that you don't need to complete. And it looks like, as you can see here, the higher overall players count as 5. So you want to make sure you get those done. I got away with not having to do Luis Arias. So there you go. You do not have to do that one. But we did finish all of those. And then at the top here, with just monthly awards players, once you get 5,000 PXP, you get 20 stars. This is huge. You're gonna make sure you complete this. But as long as you're doing all of these missions and making a complete lineup of the Player of the Month players, you're gonna get that completed. It's kind of passive. You really don't have to focus on it. There you go. That's how you complete the Player of the Month program. Now, let me show you a little bit further what I was doing to complete this a little bit faster. Now, for the single player mode that I was playing, it was Conquest. Because one, it was set 2, and there was a bunch of Conquest maps that just recently came out. So you want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Make sure you're playing Conquest. If there aren't any new Conquest maps like there is now, I do recommend jumping over into mini seasons. Maybe just play versus CPU if you don't want to do mini seasons. But I always recommend killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You want to either do Conquest or jump into mini seasons and get your PXP that way. And then when it comes to setting your lineup, this is very, very important as well. You want to make a separate lineup screen here. I always set mine to grind. This lineup is always the team that I'm making when I'm trying to grind PXP. So when you're building this lineup, you want to jump into your screen here and make a filter. You go down to series and you can do monthly awards. This will give you every player that is in monthly awards. So we're going to go with Jonah Heim here. We're going to just set up everybody, all the guys that qualify for this player of the month. This is what I was doing when I did this, right? So I put all the players that I needed that needed PXP. What you want to do when you're making these lineups, as this is new this year, is throw in those April monthly awards captains. So you want to throw in Carlos Santana and you want to throw in Mark Pryor. Why wouldn't you? That's just going to make this team that much better. And you can honestly use this team online if you really want to. If you don't want to grind against single player, you can just use this team for online. Carlos Santana is the hitting captain, and then Pryor is the pitching captain. So if you activate that, as I need one more hitter, let me throw him in here. Okay, so I've got it maxed out here, 12 out of 12. This is going to be awesome for the boost. +5 power against lefties, +10 contact against righties, +10 clutch, +10 contact against lefties. And you don't even have to have these guys parallel, which a lot of captains do require, which is kind of annoying. But this Carlos Santana is a really, really good card, and he's going to boost all of your players. So if you want to use these guys online, you can. You can have this boost against Conquest. It's going to make your team that much better, and it's just going to make the process much quicker. So make sure you're using those captains, and you're going to want to do that every single player of the month. It's going to make your team so much better. It's just going to be so much faster at the end of the day. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything that I did to get through this program as fast as possible. And hopefully it's going to be the same for the future. Also, lastly, do keep in mind that all of these cards count towards the set 1 collection. So you're going to get a boatload of cards right here, and it's going to be a nice little boost for the set 1 collection that is still here, by the way. It is set 2 right now, but do keep in mind you can still get these set 1 collections done. These cards are still some of the best cards in the game. Do not forget about these guys. I just got Babe Ruth, and he's going to be my DH absolute monster right here. So those cards are going to be a huge boost towards this, and you got to finish that program. They're free cards. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the next upcoming months are going to be just as easy as this one. I enjoyed it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please throw a like on the video. I appreciate you guys. I know I was gone for a week, but we're back on the grind and we're catching up real quick here. Another No Money Spent video should be out within the next couple days or so. I'll be showing you guys what to do for set 2. That's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out of here. Peace.